Hi everyone, my name is Maria and I'm 75 years old. This year isn't my sex life still as passionate as ever. Before we get into the specifics of this topic, make sure you've subscribed to the channel so you don't miss out on tips about health and sexual wellness. In today's video, we're going to uncover some little-known secrets about women's sexuality that can completely transform your intimate relationships. Whether you're 50 or 70, like me, don't take your eyes off the screen because I'll reveal powerful techniques to put an end to premature ejaculation and take your love life to a whole new level. If you think this content is helpful, please give it a thumbs up to help spread the word. If you have any other suggestions for how we can improve, please leave a comment. Now, I want to ask you if older adults still have sex. I genuinely believe that they do. And the New England Journal of Medicine states that this is not just a rare statistic. 54% of men and 31% of women over 70 still engage in active sexual activity. Did you know that this number is even higher for those between the ages of 50 and 60? It's like a bold statement that the flame never goes out as long as you know how to keep it burning. I've witnessed this in my own life, and I'm sure you've wondered at some point if you can still do it. The answer is yes, but pay close attention, because our bodies change. And that's where the interesting part begins. When you reach 50, men begin to feel testosterone slipping away. The hormone that once made you strong like a lion quietly fades, leaving you wondering, am I still capable? For women, vaginal dryness creeps in like an uninvited guest, making intimate moments trickier than they used to be. But don't think it's over. I've been there, felt that frustration, and found a way through. Pills can help. Lube is like a tiny miracle in a bottle, and sometimes just a touch in the right spot. Gentle subtle can make your heart race again. Have you ever tried lightly stroking your partner's inner thigh? At this age, the skin gets thinner, more sensitive, and a touch in the right place can awaken feelings you thought were long asleep. I remember the first time I realized this. No need to rush, no need to prove anything. Just slow down, feel it, and let those bodily changes become your ally. Instead of your enemy, testosterone dropping in men, turn it into a chance to explore tenderness, vaginal dryness, making you shy. A bit of lube can break down every barrier, giving you back the moments you deserve to savor. A sex after 50 isn't just physical. It's a connection, a way to say to the person beside you, I still see you and I still want you. I want to ask you honestly, do you think sex still counts? Beyond 50, is it still the spark that warms your life? Or have you let it fade amid everyday worries? Research reveals that over half of men and over a third of women over 70 are still going strong and don't give up. And you may be a part of that group too. Drop your thoughts in the comments. Just a simple yes or no. I want your real opinion because I believe at any age we all have the right to love. Be loved and feel that joy in our own way. Have you ever thought that a kiss on the belly could ignite a woman more than a soft touch on the ear or neck? I've tried it, and I've got to say, it feels like a warm wave spreading through you, waking up every sense you thought had gone quiet. According to the Kinsey Institute in 2018, 40% of women agree that nipple stimulation is the first step. They want a slow, gentle start. That's enough to set your heart racing. But let me tell you more, because after 50, our bodies shift, and that's when things get even more thrilling. The skin thins out, gets more sensitive like smooth silk waiting to be explored. Have you tried it yet? A light stroke on the lower back or the inner thigh might catch your partner off guard, maybe even leave them stunned because those spots are so often overlooked. I remember the first time I tried this, not the usual places everyone thinks of, but a soft touch on my husband's lower back. He turned to me, eyes wide with surprise and delight, like I just unlocked a door we'd never step through. After 50, we tend to assume our bodies are too familiar to hold any new surprises. But I'm telling you, you're wrong. More sensitive skin means every little stroke can tell a story. Don't only stay in the familiar places. You know by heart venture beyond of your comfort zone, every belly kiss has the power to make your spouse tremble with silent delight. You'll see magic happen if you try to caress the inner thigh or let your fingertips move along the spine. Imagine this. You're sitting there in dim, glowing light. And instead of going straight for the person, you stop and plant a kiss on their belly. Don't rush or press. Just feel the skin beneath your lips. Then you try a slow, gentle stroke on the inner thigh that feels like a whisper. Without words, I bet your partner won't be surprised and will want you to do it again. After 50, we require grace rather than speed on. Is these little details that make all the difference. 40% of women are correct. Nipples are a great place to start, but the lower back, inner thighs, or an unexpected belly kiss are hidden gems you haven't yet discovered. I want you to give it a serious try. Where have you touched that surprised your partner? I'll read your comments and choose the top 3 responses to address directly, because I think everyone has a little secret to share and I'm eager to hear yours. Have you ever felt that premature ejaculation is a shame that you can't talk about? I'm here to tell you that it's nothing to be ashamed of. Did you know that 1/3 of men over 50 deal with this? I've watched my husband struggle with it too, but we managed to get through it. If you are willing to try, imagine the moment you feel yourself approaching the edge, your heart thumping, your breath racing, and then instead of letting it slip away too quickly, you stop. This is the stop and squeeze technique. Premature ejaculation is not the end. Rather, it is a challenge that you can completely control, according to the Journal of Sexual Medicine. I've seen him do it awkwardly at first, but after a few tries, everything changed. I want you to know that when the climax approaches, pause, gently squeeze the tip of your penis for 10 seconds, take a deep breath, as though you're stretching out a precious moment, and then continue. I'm living proof that 78% of men increase their staying power in just 3 months, but don't stop there. I have another secret to share. Kegel exercises aren't just for women. Men can also strengthen their pelvic floor muscles. I told him to try it 10 times a day for just a few minutes while driving or watching TV. Can you believe it? Urology in 2019 demonstrated that he increased his control by 30% in just 6 weeks, as if his body had regained a strength that aging had taken away. Kegels are more than just a workout. They're essential to taking control of your body. I recall his proud voice telling me for the first time that I wasn't worried anymore, and I grinned because I imagine yourself lying there with the person you love, controlling your own rhythm instead of worrying. Stop and squeeze is a powerful pause. I knew we had overcome it together. Premature ejaculation isn't the enemy, rather. It serves as a reminder that you can be stronger than you believe, as long as you don't give up. Take 10 seconds to collect your breath and extend the happiness for you and Kegel. They act as a quiet companion telling your body that you are in control with each pelvic squeeze. 78% of men were excellent with stop and squeeze. After 3 months, and 30% had better control with Ks. Will you be the next? I want you to try it. Really, not just for yourself, but also for the person next to you. What will it be? Stop and squeeze or keel? Comment 1 if you choose stop and squeeze, and 2 if you lean toward kale. I'm excited to hear your choice because I think you can write your own story, full of pride and emotion like mine. Have you ever thought that sex toys were a joke? I used to think that until I discovered that they're a quiet companion that can change everything according to Love Honey in 2019. 52% of women own a sex toy, so I figured why not? Especially after 50, when your body starts changing and dryness appears, unexpectedly making those intimate moments harder than I had anticipated. I tried a tiny vibrator, but it was like a light in the dark. No more shyness, no more pain, just joy rushing back like the old days. Can you imagine how something so small can turn faded moments into a symphony of feeling where you and your partner sync perfectly after 50? We don't have to give up. We just need new methods, and that little vibrator was my unexpected answer. But here's the thing, there's something even bigger than toys. It's communication. I call it gold. He paused, then smiled and said, "I like that you asked." 3 simple words. Yet they unlocked a universe I had never seen. We began asking each other direct questions from that point on. What do you like? How do you want it? Did you know, without speculating or keeping quiet, when the body isn't what it used to be after 50, asking your partner directly isn't scary. It's the spark that rekindles the fire. I remember the first time I used that little vibrator with him. I was afraid he would balk, but I asked, "How do you feel about trying this?" I understand why 82% of couples who communicate well feel more satisfied in bed. It's not just words, though. It's how we hold hands, lock eyes, and rediscover what we thought was lost. We laughed and explored like children falling in love for the first time after he nodded toys. Don't take the place of emotions, but they do ease the way that dryness strikes, and communication is the thread that holds us together. Every query is a bridge. Every response is an embrace. I want you to try. Honestly, have you used a toy or asked your partner directly if you've tried one, or have you talked? If you went A for communication, 52% of women were correct to choose toys, and 82% of couples demonstrate the power of words. I think every story is worth telling, so please share yours to motivate me and everyone else. Have you ever thought that STDs, those sexually transmitted diseases, were just a young person's problem? I used to think that until reality hit me hard, STDs don't spare anyone. No matter your age, according to the CDC in 2018, chlamydia rates in people over 50 doubled from 2007 to 2017. Did you catch that? I was floored when I learned it. Because I figured after 50 we were safe, past the days of worrying, but no, life's full of surprises. And I realised protecting myself and the one I love is something I can't ever slack on. Using a condom. It sounds basic, but it's the strongest shield. There is no need to feel shy. It takes just 5 seconds to put it on. 5 seconds to guard you both. From risks we can't predict, I remember the first time I handed my husband a condom. He chuckled a bit embarrassed, but then said, "You're right. Better safe than sorry." Since then, it's become our routine, like a silent promise between us. But sexual health isn't just about dodging disease. It's how you care for your body too. Hydration, or simply drinking enough water, matters more than you'd guess. I didn't pay attention at first until I noticed my body dragging, worn out, even in our closest moments. Then I read that staying hydrated boosts blood flow, ramps up energy, and CNN in 2022 backed it up. 73% of women report feeling better and stronger when they are properly hydrated. I gave it a shot, a few glasses a day. Nothing fancy, just a small habit, and you know what it's like? A fresh breeze swept through me. My husband also noticed the change after 50. Our bodies lose water more quickly, but a little effort can change everything from how you move to how you love. Picture yourself lying there with your partner, and you know you've kept you both safe for just 5 seconds. With a condom for peace of mind, then you sip some water beforehand, feeling the blood flow, steadily carrying energy you thought was gone. STDs don't spare anyone. But we can fight back. Chlamydia doubled. No big deal. 73% of women report feeling better after using condoms. I've tried it, and I'm hooked. I want to ask you. Honestly, do you use condoms on a regular basis? If not, don't be shy. This is a safe place to share your story. I think we all have ways to maintain our health and love. So I'd like to hear yours. Have you ever wondered which position actually makes you and your partner happy? I figured it out over the years, and I have to say, missionary is still king. According to the 2017 Archives of Sexual Behaviour, nothing compares. Age can't steal beyond 50 when the body isn't as supple. and I completely understand why 80% of women adore missionary for its comfort and efficacy. One time, while I was lying there, my husband's eyes were fixed on mine so closely that I could feel every breath he took. Missionaries provide a safe haven where we can love each other without experiencing pain or exhaustion. But don't think that's all. Spooning is just as amazing after 50 years standing. Not only prolongs the climax, but is also easier than you might imagine. I remember my first attempt when my legs were shaky from age holding me back, but I leaned against the wall and let him steady me, and everything clicked. It felt like a jolt racing through me, stretching that peak moment I believed belonged to youth. Don't let age stop you. I doubted myself, but with a little ingenuity leaning on the wall. If your legs wobble, try Missionary's King tonight to experience its efficacy in every touch or spooning, to ease those persistent joint pains, or you daringly stand leaning on the wall, letting the climax linger like a surprise gift. It's a friend for sore joints and standings, a mini adventure, and each one tells its own story, making us laugh before holding each other tighter. 80% of women must be correct. Missionary provides the comfort we need, but standing and spooning are hidden gems. I've discovered over the years, I've tried them, felt them, and I want you to too. Don't let getting older be an excuse to stop loving. Keep trying. I'm interested in knowing what your favourite position is. Cozy, missionary, tender spooning, or bold standing. Leave your name below and I'll choose a random person to send a personal tip because I think everyone has a love story worth telling. And I'm eager to hear yours. What lessons have you learned from this experience? From the stop and squeeze technique to extend pleasure to the power of communication, it's all within your reach and not out of reach. I want you to know that older people like us deserve to enjoy sex and embrace those moments of love that age cannot take away. I've done it and I know you can too. Don't keep this a secret though. Share this video with your friends over 50. If it's helped you, hit the like button and leave a comment so I know you've stayed tuned. Next week, I'll show you how to increase desire after 60, so love remains fiery.